Frau Mantan. Frau Mantan. So Frau is the name of the Volta River. So the name of the river is Frau. So Frau Mantan. Infinity. Infinity.
We can say infinity mountain.
Infinity mountain. Grand Mantan. So Accra is in Grand. So again, this is a mispronunciation of Nkran, and that's how you got the name Accra.
So Nkran is
Where we are.
I never knew that was a sheep.
And they have a whole Anansi story to go along with it. Now it's up to you to decide whether it's Anansi story or Abakosim. So Abakosim is the word for history. Abakosim. And the way the story goes is that when the Gan people arrived, that they arrived by ocean, and when they arrived, they became so plenty that they seemed like Nkrane. Nkrane. What is this word? Nkrane. Yes. So they were coming. They were coming so plentiful like Nkrane. So therefore, the people who were here refer to them as Nkranfo, which are ant people. And they went and ran up into the mountains. So from that day forward, they refer to the place of the Nkranfo as Nkran. Now, of course, the British either can't pronounce anything well or don't choose to, so they refer to it as Accra. And you found a lot of P names of places brocholized, so Kibi becomes Kibi. So, or they'll just change it all together. So, Oba, that is what is now called Cape Coast. Oba. The people there, they say Okwi, but it's Oba, they say Okwi. But in Chi, there's Oba. I think it's coming from market, because in Fancy, what is the equivalent of what in Chi is Ija. So Ija is market in Chi, Uwa is market in Fancy. And also Anamansa, that is what is now known as Elmina. So if you have a Chimfo, that is South Palm. So all these places that have British English names, all of them originally had their own names in the language of the people from that place. So Oba, so this is that in Asante, it would be like this. Anytime you have a Gwa in Fanti or Ekwapim, it becomes a G in Asante. So it would be Uja. So that's Cape Coast. So there's a river called Kakun, and there's also a park named after that. And because of the river, they named the place that they came to Amamansan, which is when you drink, so drink, it doesn't get finished. All right, so they arrived there, they said, look, we have a limitless supply of water, let's call this place Amamansan. But the Portuguese came, Elmina, right? Right? Chipi, that has become Chipi. Also, the P spelling and pronunciation of this place, Kumasi, is like this, so it ends with that. Because remember, this stands for an I sound, which is what we have here. But of course, in English, the I sound is made by this. So that's why they do this. Let's continue now. What in CC? What in CC? What in CC? Miteusu. What incrementum? What incrementum CC? Mistral. Oh no, we missed one. Mite ish. I decline. To decline is to come first. Right? Well, Ghana Siapon. You know the word Siapon? Where? University of Siapon. So today you will get the actual words for these places.
So if you're writing an essay in Chi, do you write Siapon or university?
Use Yapon because I've just taught you.
So how do you say hall? Hall.
Abansuro. So if you want to mention that as a place for students, you just call it as Yafo Abansuro. Ghana Siapon. And you will use the same thing for Siapon, right? You use Siapon for the location as well. Yeah. The Siapon at Krum. So Krum is the city part. Siapon at Krum. You remember the song Yo Krum? Yes, and literally we're in the city.
So if I want to say Volta, I'd say Volta, Abansuro, or Wesley.
Frau.
Frau,
Yeah.
Abansuro.
Well, you need the Asfiafu to mention that you're talking about the place for students.
So Volta, Siapon, Abansuro.
Or if you want to make it even easier, you can say Asfiafodai. another word for asoye. Asoye. We have different options, not to confuse you with more, but these are different ones that you can choose from. It comes from soy, which is to put down a load. So asoye now becomes any type of, yeah, like a resting place. Wale bon, wa incrain ceci. Wa incrain ceci. Nisrau, Nisrau, Nisrau. So literally, I beg you. And it's used to make a request of someone, used to beg another's pardon or forgiveness, also used to interrupt an angry or offended person. Kuset. 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 So the kuset, that one is, there's another variation of that which is kafra. Kafra. Now that one comes from Hausa and also from Arabic. It's ultimately coming from Arabic. But you'll hear people say this in kafra. They actually use the same, also coming from Hausa, but in Yoruba they say gafara. Gafara. So in Yoruba, gafara, high, and then low. Gafara. Yeah, all of it is ultimately coming from, it's coming through Hausa, which you may speak Hausa too. It's coming through Hausa, but ultimately it's an Arabic source for it. In Yoruba, I'm also going to toro gafara. So in Yoruba, you say you beg gafara for someone, and it's like you ask. In that context, it's like to ask forgiveness from someone or something like that, to beg someone. Do you speak Hausa? You two, you speak Hausa. But they say the same thing in Lawani. Okay. You. And all of that was just to say, if you hear someone say kafra in the same context, that's what it's coming from. It's used like kuset. I or ani. Debi. Debi. Utiasia. 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 Asia. So let's send the S out. I'm Utiasia. Debi Utiasia. This is about understanding. Now, T is to perceive through the senses, because if I'm doing this one, T, so I'm perceiving through the senses using my nose, so T and Ka. Right? So if they say Atenka, you may hear bitters or an FM station called Atenka. It's talking about perceiving through the senses. Hold on one second. Yeah, you. Hold on 1 second, I need to receive a package and come. Let's work on Kanbyun. Kanbyun. Or you can just have Kanbyun.
So you have now from Israel or Israel, Israel.
Here go. Cannon brew. Mo. Why are there? Send a camp. Good morning. Ochim. You cannot marching. Say again?
Is it Israel?
No, it's that. Yeah. So when you go from an to an O sound, so your mouth is actually passing through a W space in order to get from an to an O. So let's try make that sound Now let's try to go to an O. You say, good morning, saying Uchimu. You say, good morning, saying Uchimu. Today, good morning, as a Uchimu. So you're saying, translate good morning into Chi. Good morning, introducing the same. Good morning, introducing the same. We're at the top page 33. Ratify also and Piazza Mienza. Good morning, introducing the same.
Good morning,
Introducing the same. The same. Go your Hindi. So hint is the same that we have for where, so you are a aware person. Go your Hindi. In response, me yet, and then you fill the blank with whatever you are. So I'll ask you, what your Hindi? What your Hindi? You'll be ready. What you Hindi? What you Hindi?
I'm sorry.
They're having a conversation in Ramani now. Midas or Midas. Midas. Minyasida. Minyasida. Minas. Minyasida. There's another one also. Yenas. Mutiasia. Mutiasia. Ane Yetiasia. Debbie. Yentiasia. Fachami. Any questions? But let's give it a literal so you understand that when you're translating it into English, that one you can just translate it in a sense how it makes sense to you, but literally this is what it is. So when you're saying Midat Ase, that is to lay, Ase is under. So I say Midat Ase is like I'm getting down on the floor to prostrate myself. Oh, thank you, Midat Ase. Right? So metaphorically you're saying, because now people don't actually do that, but at one time in the remote past, people actually did prostrate, and some ethnic groups still do that. So the Yoruba, even when they greet, they'll get down full out on the ground, prostrate. So in this, what you're saying is, Midas is say, I lay under, right? Now, in response, you say, Yeni. We don't have Asada. And it's saying we don't have base laying, the same Ase that we see here, the same Da that we see here, laying under. It's like we don't have underlaying. Meaning it's like you're trying to get down here and say, yeah. Asada. It's telling the person, don't get down in prostration to me. And it's like, you could translate that into English as you're welcome, if you so choose. You could translate it into no need for thanks. Or you could do a much more literal, there's no need for laying at the base. You understand? Now you've just seen one way of making nouns in Chi. So you have that, I say that's the verb. So lay under. So now I say that is underlaying or base laying. Right, so it works for lots of things where if you have a verb and an object, if you switch the order of them, then it gives you one noun. Right? That, I say that. And it works like how English works. So if I say wash, dish, if I want to make that into a noun, dishwasher, or dishwashing, right? So it's the same thing. The verb and the noun, you switch the order, it makes one noun. Any questions on any of this?
So 16:1, how do you say that?
Men nas. And this is better spelled as this, and I'll tell you what. So with two M's. Here is spelled with one, but it really should be two because what you have is bet, which is come. This is what's called the ingressive, which is to come. So I say, obehumi. This is to say, let's make it more. So obehumi, that's to say he or she came, saw me, obehumi. right? So this bet is what you have, and it's to come, right? It's a variation of what you have when it stands alone as ba, but in a sentence like this, it becomes bet, right? Obe kra, he or she came and said farewell to me. Obe, so the bet is the come part. It's the same thing that you have here, right? And I think we explained negation before. So what you're starting off here is the same bet to come. And then to negate, you put in the nasal. And then the nasal is going to impact this one and make it man, nas. So even though it's spelled like this is the process that's going on. It's the exact same thing that we saw in the things that we were looking at before. I didn't write this one, so won't find it. So finding out where one comes from. Any other questions on any of this? And we'll actually come to a section on negation, so we'll come back to that.
With the last time, you said like family used to take. So why did I think it didn't become the meaning for giving? It didn't take it.
So to take, check is to give a gift. So Facheme is to say, here's something that I did that was wrong. Take this and just give it to me as a gift. Right? That's what you're saying, literally. Now in English, if I say take and give it to me as a gift, you wouldn't understand what it is. So it's giving you the context where you would say this in English. So the context would be when you would say forgive me is the same thing that, the same time you say Facheme. Right? So again, in language learning and in general, you have literal translations. You have what are called figurative translations. To translate as forgive me is to give you a figurative translation so you understand what's going on. But literally you're saying take it and give it to me as a gift. So finding out where one comes from, or any other questions? Feel free to. So, John, yeah, we want to say, me one yet. Now, what's means to me one yet. But your way, me American, who free America programs. Me free Ohio. And walk Illinois, Montana. Now the S isn't pronounced in Illinois. It's Illinois. Well, people who don't know, they will always pronounce the S, because why wouldn't you, right? Well, Illinois, Montana. That's from French, right? So Illinois is coming from the French way of pronouncing things. So if I say Francois, it has an S at the end, but you don't say Francois. Francois, same thing. And what Illinois, Montana. Unim Hawk. I'm in Hawk. Let's say yes, I know that. David Matidi. So these are variations. You can choose one or the other. That's no, I've heard the name. Right? Don't use both. I'm in all David. Now, what did you say? Organa. Now, what did you say? Organa. Say mit ish. I decline. Walegon. Walk incrementum. Walk incrementum. Now, say, who are you, Morgana? Who are you, name, Morgana? Ha. Musha. ha, ho, hin, ha, ho, hin, ha, ho, hin, ha, ho, hin, ha, ho, hin. Come on, let's dance. Ha, ho, hin, ha, ho, hin, ha, ho, hin, ha, ho, hin. Right? So ha here, ho, hin. So easy way to remember which one is which. So they said, not CC, who ya dien wogana ha. Right, so ha is here. So mi ko suku wa ha. And remember suku, that is English.
I've noticed something. So why isn't that if it's pronounced and written it as Mary?
Because that is the writing system, right? So it's like, I think we gave an example like this. This is the writing system, and the writing system has captured an older form where this would be pronounced and this also would be pronounced. So you could say blade, but you know that in English you don't pronounce both. This has dropped and this has raised to an A sound. So it's still written like this, but the sounds have changed to blade, right? Same thing here, that at an earlier stage of the language you would have pronounced it, but now it's not pronounced anymore. So Asante Chi, this is how it is written correctly, but in the pronunciation you just elongate this vowel, mi ko, mi ko, mi ko. So I have a colleague in the linguistics department whose personal crusade is to write Asante Chi exactly how it sounds. So he wants to get rid of these vestiges of how it used to be and to just make it like this. So when he's writing his papers, he writes it like this. But you'll never see this in a book. So if you want to read any books in Asante Chi, you'll never see this. It's always going to be like this because that's the writing system. So there's a writing system and then there's pronunciation, and they're not always the same. Male, any male. Yeah. Yeah. I think we covered that before you came in, but Asante Chi is pronounced Bama. Bama, is correct. So the spelling in Asante Chi is still this. So this is the correct Asante Chi spelling, right? But anytime Asante will pronounce it, they'll pronounce it as Bama. 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 Now this has gone through a very interesting, this word has gone through an interesting set of transitions. So what you have is, the root of it is ba, which is child, right? Now to make a male child, you have banini, banini. So anytime it says nini, it has something to do with something masculine or male. So akoko, akokonini. So akoko is a fowl, akokonini is now a male fowl, which is a cock or a rooster, right? So this one, banini, that now you want to say a child of a male child. So banini ba, banini ba. You have a set of transitions that got banini ba to banima, 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 right? So what happened, this dropped out, this one came to a labial sound like this, and then this became like that, and then it shortened to just that, right? And the benimba, benima, benima, that the n and the r were interchangeable, so you say barima or benima. Both of them require you to tap the roof of your mouth one quick time, berima, 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 right? So then you got to berima, which is where it was. Then you had a further shortening where these R's will get deleted and what comes in front will be elongated, right? And because of vowel harmony, the E's sound still had an effect on this. But instead of bama, because of the E sound, it's going to make it bama, bama. There's a much shorter transition from this, again, ba, which is child, to wa. It can either be one I or two. So wa makes it feminine, and that's how you get ba, which is woman. So the root is child and child. We can put the prefixes on here. So you get from obaninimba to obama. Here you went from obawa to oba. Right. Are we okay? This is the type of trivia that linguists find interesting. How the sounds change over time. Right. So we continue. Where did we arrive? We got to somewhere and then we asked the question. This is the word that we just introduced before. Now, who upon his see? Me call Mandinaba. You, Chaba. Chaba. You have to hum it. Chaba. No. So you is okay. Inche is to not delay, not keep long. Right? Inche back, so as do not keep long in coming. Inche back. Inche back. Don't hold it for so long. That was just so you know to pronounce. Inche back. So you're asking would it be joined? The only time it would be joined is if you have a pronoun prefix that's coming in front, right? But you isn't a pronoun, it's just okay. You will whichever. Midas. Midas. And you see here in these dialogues, it's mixing the pronunciation with the writing system, but we'll just move forward. So now, Jisuyi, respond well. Page 34. Ratafa also at Biasa 9. 34. Majo. Ibishia. So we have Majo, and then you have the options Nantiye. So repeat after me, Nantiye. Ibishia. Yeja. What would be the best response? Yeja, right? So any of the time of day greetings, you have Yeja, any of the Ya responses. Within design, what would be the best response out of those? Good. Why that one and not any other? Why that one and not another? Why is that the best response? I want you to explain that.
Their words like they are according to their accent.
Yeah. So you have to respond with me. The friend me. So, I want to make sure you actually know enough that you're guessing. But you're right. At the same, what's the best one? Nisra Quine, a yen or Meko Kromaba. A yen. Anyone else, any other option that will think something is wrong with you? Right? Who free him? What's the best one? Me to Kumasi, me a Kumasi, or me free Kumasi? Me free Kumasi. Good. Aquaba. Yeah, Jack. Very good. And I'm glad they didn't add Medasi as an option because someone would definitely say that. Ajamachi. Best response to Medasi. Yeah, Jack. It's an older female who's saying Ajamachi. Yeah. So the older female is the one who's saying Ajamachi. So she's regarding you as a father. You're old enough to be in the father group. And you're regarding her as a mother. She's old enough to be in the mother group.
So if it's from older male, so we choose Yeja.
Yeah, right. So in this sense, it's not that the person says you're old enough to be my mother, but I'm giving you respect because you're in the mother age class. Me to you giving me respect because I'm in the father age class. Responses. What responses are given to the following key expressions? I will. Why? Right. So there's a chair is there. Right. Right. And I'm asking. Exercise. Ubenom Jay. Menom. Oh, what the old spot? Yeah, from home. You. If I said what I just said is uswa, I'm saying literally you're small, but the idea is that you're too young. If I say uswa, I'm saying you're too young. Any of those are fine. What they say? I think those who came today are the only ones who don't actually already know the language. I think everyone else already knows Chi and they say, okay, we'll have to go.
So you can just say, briefly, active matter. Don't necessarily have to say again. Maybe pushable. You don't necessarily have to say, for instance, maybe possible a certain matter
No. So it's up to how cooperative you want to be. If it's the police, they may want you to give all that information. But otherwise, you could just say Mifrigana. Because sometimes you will change your answer based on who's asking you. So like, let's say you've gone to New York and someone says, Ufrihi. You may just say Mifrigana, right? But if you're in Ghana, then you may give more information from this region. If you're in that region, then you may say, oh, I'm from this town. Because you're trying to be cooperative and you know what the person really is looking for. Amania. Amani.
What's news?
It's like that. So remember we were talking about when someone comes to your house, you ask them, you know, of the road where they're coming from, how are things, right? So and we're giving you answers. Right? And all these things. So you're referring to where you're coming from, things are fine, the road is cool, no problems.
So Amani is the same as Ekwanso.
Yes. Not exactly the same. Ekwanso is literally saying the road top. Amania, this is asking like what is the news, what is going on. But it comes from Oman, which is nation, and then Diet, which is thing. And it's usually translated as culture, a thing of the nation. So what you're doing is you're saying what we're about to do, we're going to engage in a cultural practice, a thing of the nation. Yes.
I'm sorry. So instead of asking Ekwanso, you say Eka Diabro.
So you could say that.
Or
So
you say Eka Diabro before you say
Ahadia bro. So you can use any of those. When I say Ahadia bro, what I'm doing, I'm inferring that I want information from you. I've just told you that here is cool, so now tell me about yours. Right? So I haven't asked you anything per se, but anyone who knows the culture knows you've just told me about here. Now you're waiting for information of what about where I'm coming from. Nice. Nice. Koko. No. Answer the following questions. Yefra was saying. Yeah, whoa, that bang. Yeah, whoa, that bang. Mo, I hope everyone remembers the days. Now, on the pronunciation of that one, when you have the u, ah together, it makes a ria sound. You have to palatalize it small. So just like we had this, like ria, right? Oh. So when you have these come together, it makes it sound like what you would expect this to sound like ria, right? So mukiada. If you hear mukwada, it's more of a fancy pronunciation or even Equapian pronunciation. But even like the Latin speakers, they will pronounce it like a ria. So mukiada, equia. So if you hear someone say, they did the equia, then you know that this is most likely going to be a fancy speaker. If you hear someone say equa, you know most likely it's going to be a fancy speaker. Because the fancies do less of this. Palatalization is called. Yeah, war me minute that. Indeed, we did the same. We did the one. Indeed, chief of those and organ. Indeed, chief of. Yeah, no. The chief of throws, eh? A draw. You sure the mama has the chief of throws, eh? Where the infiari? Where the infiari? I think we only got up to 10. And I think everyone here is older than 10, but we gave you examples of how to go further. Eduonu. So 20 is anywhere in the 20s is Eduonu. So remember the word for 10 is Edu. Edu. Now we want to say you have 2 of these. The number will come even after another number. So how many? This is written like this. Eduonu. The nu is the same thing. You saw the word mienu. Right? So it's saying 10s, 2 of them. Adjacent. Adjacent. So now you're saying 10s. How many of them? San. That's the same as you had in me and san. Adjacent. Yes. Eduonu. Eduonu. Eduosia. Eduoson. Eduoji. Exactly. Eduokron. Oha. Now, when you want to do the same thing with hundreds, ahanu. Ahanu is the same nu that you saw from here. Ahasan. Ahanai. Ahanum. Ahasia. Ahason. Ahawachi. Ahakron. Apim. And then the same thing with this one, Impinu. It is. Yeah. Same thing. So the same thing for this one, Impinu, Impensan, Impenai, right? You keep going, Impinu, Impensian, Impenson, Impawachi, Impenkron, and then Opidu. You can also articulate this one and say, instead of saying Impenu, you can say Impim Mienu. That one is allowed for the thousands. Impim Miensan. Impim and so on, but most of them, you see it just joins on. Now, this is very similar to even what happens in English, because when you're saying T, it means 10. So 10, you say 20. The twin means 2, just like you say they are twins. And then the T stands for 10. So you say you have 2 10s, 30, 40, 50. So you can think about it like the same way. But in Chi, the modifier comes after instead of before. Now I think that's what we have time for today. Well, let's just read through these. We won't answer, but just so you have them. So we have Wadi and Fiahi. Repeat after me. Wadi and Fiahi. Ufri hen Wagana. Uti hen sese Wagana. Yefre wo papa sign. Yefre wo mami sign. Yefre wa wo sign. So our 4 parents, birth people from the word wo, to give birth. So our 4 parents. Who papa free me? Who papa te hin sese? Who mommy free hin? Who mommy te hin sese? Who what me no ba hin? So the hin is used for things. You use the ba prefix for human beings. So when you're counting human beings, ba kon, ba nu, ba sa, ba nine, ba nung, ba siang, ba song, ba wachi, ba kron, ba du. If you say nipa mienu, you're referring to those human beings as though they are things. You have people who do that just because they don't understand the language well. Even people who are supposed to be native Twi speakers, it's just as the language changes, sometimes, especially when you're in the city, you lose some of those things. But what's interesting about this prefix ba is that it's used by Bantu people the same way when you're talking about human beings, you say ba Congo, so it's now people of the Congo, ba whatever, Basutu, and so forth and so on. So you see that there's a relationship between the languages that are here and the languages that are in other parts of Africa, Congo, so forth and so on. Yeah, friend was saying, what in his is he? Why are the Amumu Sama? Yeah, so but that's the same mobile. So what I'll do is I'll put the video up and you all can send it to your friends. So someone will be the designated pastor. Do I have anyone's email? So, class rep. So from today you are class rep. So once I upload it, I'll send the link to you and then you send it to everyone else. For the video. What we did in class. I'll post it to the between class. And just give them. It's in the photos and video section. There's a website that